All right, today's video, I want to give you an update on some berries that I planted. In our backyard, we had wild blackberries and wild raspberries growing. And I would go back to the yard with a little bucket and pick them. And I had to fight the birds to try to get to them, the groundhogs. So what I decided to do last year was to pull some of the little shoots up and plant them on these pots here on our deck. That way they're right next to the house. We could come out the door, the kitchen door, and just pick some berries as we needed it. Now, as you know, berries, every other year is a producing year. The first year is just a growth year. So last year, these stalks that you see here are all the growth years. So I'm hoping that they start producing berries this year. It'll be the second year that they're in the pots. And that's the raspberries here, and that's the blackberries there. And these little pots right here, these two white ones, are actually milkweed that I pulled off the side of the highway, and I planted them last year, and they kind of held, and then they died off in the winter. And I'm going to see if that milkweed comes back for the butterflies. In this black pot right here is a little tiny mulberry tree, which is pretty much a junk tree. Everybody just pulls it out. It's a weed tree, but my wife Joanne, she likes eating those mulberries, so I'm going to try that too on the deck and see if that grows. The dog would walk by and bite it. I mean, it grew really well, but every time the dog walked by, he would bite a branch off it. Somebody get some cage like that and put cage around it and see if that makes a nice little tree on the deck. And I'll get a bigger pot if it works and keep it shaped real nice so that we can pick it here on the deck. But I think that mulberry, they grow anywhere. They'll grow in a crack of a sidewalk. So I'll treat that like a little bush on the deck and see if that grows. But it is March, and this update video is just to show you that these are doing good. I mean, if I look over here at these, they have little tiny buds just starting to come out, and so do the blackberries right here. I'll zoom up on it and show you, but they're doing well. I'm going to get some tape like I did there and tape up all these braces on here, because as it grows, the weight of it with all the leaves kind of like break these little plastic snap-on braces. They're junk. I wouldn't even buy them anymore, because once they're out in the weather for a year, they just crumble. So I'll probably have to make some better structure to hold the berries up. But I didn't want to spend any money on it until I see if it actually produces berries, if they can last throughout the winter and come back. But it looks like they are. So I just want to give you an update on what it looks like. Now I'm going to try to zoom up on here and show you some of the little shoots on here. The little buds, there's little buds on all this. And on this one, now that raspberry, you can't touch it because it's a sticker bush. But let me do some super camera work here. Look how professional this is. And let's take a look at these. You can see on here, now I can't even hardly touch this because of all the stickers on here, but you can see behind my hand, it actually has little buds coming out all over this thing. So that's the wild raspberries. And let's come over here to the blackberries. And on the blackberries, you can see there's little buds. There's little buds coming off on all these little branches. So how about a zoom up on that mulberry tree right here? I'll shape that up later once it gets some good growth, and we'll see if these pots here, these white ones, these 4 white ones, these are wild milkweed off the highway, and those 2 little ones was like a commercial kind of milkweed that I bought from a Home Depot or Lowe's or something. But they were pretty. But we'll see if the wild ones come up. That's what I'm really interested to see if that works. But that's an update on the berries. Oh, back there, let's take a walk and I'll show you that. Now you guys know that I plant my own oak trees around the property, and I bought these pots here. It's called like air root growth or something. It has all these holes in here, and you put your seeds in here, your trees. It's like a long triangle pot, and the roots supposedly grow a lot more roots because of the shape of this pot. It goes down and long instead of round, short and round. It's designed for trees, and with all these holes in here, it makes the plant grow more roots than just one main taproot. But we'll see what happens. And in all these pots here, I have acorns, and I just get them from the woods. I just pick them from the woods across the street over there, and I'll bring them back in my pocket and plant them in all along the property is oak trees that I started from acorns. But I'll give you an update on that if any of those start sprouting too. So stay tuned.